Heritage-listed Hall's Hut sits in the middle of a little island today identified as Hall's Island on the idyllic Lake Malbina. This rustic bush hut was constructed by its namesake, Reg Hall, in 1952. Widely admired by generations of bushwalkers and backcountry anglers, Reg is remembered as being the father of the walls of Jerusalem. He produced the first maps of this area and named many of the features of the park that are now globally recognised and Tasmania's wilderness jewels. Hall's Hut was first a backcountry home for Reg Hall to base himself out of while he was on sojourns in the Walls, Lake St Clair and the Duquesne Range. But the hut soon became a staple part of Tasmania's intergenerational bushwalking legend. Greg French's book, Wild Heart of Tasmania, details how Bill Tomlin took hundreds of school children to Hall's Island as a part of their outdoor education. These trips played a far more significant role than teaching them how to survive in Tasmania's wild places. It played a formative role in their lives, and not just of those children, but many Tasmanians who hold that backcountry and its cultural heritage dear. For Bill's students and anyone else that has spent a night in Hall's Hut, absorbing its history and learning the exploits of Reg and his pioneering companions was an absolute highlight, and I can contest to that, Honourable Speaker. The heritage listing for Hall's Hut states that it is a place important to the course or pattern of Tasmania's history and possesses uncommon or rare aspects of Tasmania's history and has a strong or special association with a particular community or cultural group for social or spiritual reasons. In all, eight areas of heritage significance are attributed to Hall's Hut. So rightfully, many people are dismayed and distressed at the news that Hall's Hut is degrading and in danger of collapse. Since January 2018, Hall's Island has been the subject of an exclusive possession lease. In that time, leaseholder Daniel Hackett has done zero maintenance on Reg's revered bush hut. In the past 7 years of holding this exclusive lease and being the feigned custodian, Mr Hackett has let gutters and flashings fall off the hut. Rafters and bearers and joists have been rotting due to an ingress of water. The floor has started to collapse along with the doors, and there are other problems as well. Honourable Speaker, an exclusive possession lease precludes the public from visiting Hall's Island, and so the heritage hut on the island as well, without expressed permission of the leaseholder. Mr Hackett has subsequently denied public access to Hall's Island and Hall's Hut due to the need of these urgent repairs. But zero maintenance has been undertaken in all this time. Stakeholder group Fishers and Walkers Tasmania wrote to the Department of Natural Resources and Environment and Heritage Tasmania with a building condition report and a request for urgent action, but they've been fobbed off. Secretary of the Department, Mr Jacoby, who has been long associated with the Malbina Hall's Island project and its proponent, wrote to the Fishers and Walkers group claiming that because the project has been under assessment under the federal EPBC Act for an exclusive tourism proposal on the island, that no restorative work could be done on the hut. Then a lockstep response came from Heritage Tasmania. To be clear, both Heritage Tasmania and the Departmental Secretary have said that nothing can be done to ensure that this crucial part of Tasmania's high country heritage is saved, and that is due to the present EPBC referral. Well, Honourable Speaker, that is false. Hall's Hut sits on a separate lease to the Hall's Island development proposal. It is the island development, not the hut, which is subject to the EPBC assessment. There is no reason whatsoever why works cannot be done to save Hall's Hut. No reason other than an ideological-driven position from the Secretary Department and this government, who are once again supporting a property developer over our wilderness areas and backcountry heritage. This is a developer who is responsible for the degradation of Tasmania's heritage-listed property and is proposing a helicopter tourism operation that will degrade over 5,000 hectares of pristine wilderness. Since Hall's Hut was constructed in 1952, walkers have been welcome to this island refuge. Reg Hall himself sent open invites to the Hobart and Launceston Walking Club, to its members, indeed all bushwalkers, to use this hut as they pleased. The Heritage Minister must step in and immediately correct her Secretary. She must demand the exclusive lease over Hall's Island and the Hutt lease are dissolved, and that groups like the Walkers and Fishers Tasmania, indeed all bushwalkers, can do what they have always done, respect and care for our precious heritage and wild places. And this is a view shared by two of Reg's children, John and Liz. They believe, as do so many, that the exclusive proposal for Halls Island and Lake Malbina must be dropped. This is a magnificent, pristine part of the world, and it should be maintained for the public as a freely available wilderness walking destination for bushwalkers today and future generations.